Hi guys, today we're going to look at some time management tips that I've learned and found really useful in my business, and I wanted to share it with you all, and hopefully it'll help you control your day better. So this Tuesday we're going to be looking at time management. I have a bit of an agenda. I'm going to go through the fundamentals, strategy and execution of time management. So manage by measuring, discovering waste and inefficiency of your time, how to plan time, breaking your goals into chunks, and then some tools, tips, discipline and focus required to become good at time management. The fundamentals. So first of all, you need to know where your time is going. You cannot manage what you cannot measure. So the first thing you need to do if you want to become good at time management is measure, where is my time going? And like any good business that looks at their efficient and inefficient resources, or where there are any areas of wastage, you need to identify those areas, and by measuring your time you can identify patterns which reveals the areas of waste and inefficiency. We all have 168 hours per week, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You really can maximize the return on your time with structured planning. And that's all time management is, just structured planning and the discipline to keep to that structure that you plan. Your daily, weekly, monthly, and yearly schedule must align with your short, mid, and long-term goals. Very important. So you can do all the planning you want or all the goal setting you want, but it's a lot more effective to hold yourself to account and monitor the progress, track that schedule as you go through and deal with reality and life. So strategy. I recommend that you spend 1 hour a week budgeting your time with cumulative time spent on projects. So you could be working on a project that takes 30 hours you've set aside and plan 30 hours for the month. You keep a spreadsheet listing all the time that you've worked on that project, and then every Monday or every Sunday night you sit down and think, how am I tracking on that 30-hour project? Okay, I've done 22 hours, I've got 8 hours left, and there's 5 working days, and that will help you to plan out and plot your time ahead. Spend a day a month planning your progress of your yearly goals, which feeds into the next one, set goals annually. So you figure out each year with the time that you have, what do I want to achieve this year? What social, family, personal, business, sports, health, fitness, what different goals would I like to achieve? Then you can break them down into a monthly basis, and then to a weekly, and then to a daily. A good way of thinking about time and how valuable it is do you know how much an hour of your time is worth to you? Because if you don't know that, that's a really good place to start. Because as soon as you figure out how much an hour of your time is worth to you, then you can start looking at time differently. Instead of spending a time procrastinating on social media, you can think, well, hang on, I could be doing this and getting not a lot out of it compared to my long-term goals, versus my hour of time is worth X amount, and I would rather be doing things to further myself in that regard. Execution is absolutely vital. You can use your smartwatch if you have one. You can use your phone. You can use an online stopwatch. You can use a pen and paper. You could use an analog watch, or you can use an online app. And there's one that I'll show you shortly that I found that works cross devices and is very good. Another tip is double ups for efficiency. So a lot of people say, well, I don't have a lot of time. I have all these phone calls to make, emails, this and that. Look at double ups. So when you're driving, assuming that you have Bluetooth in your car and it's safe to speak hands-free on the phone, can you call clients or can you call vendors? Can you call people as you're driving? That's a good use of time. If you want to read more books but you don't have the time, can you download the audiobooks and listen to them when you drive? If you're doing exercise and you don't find the time to read reports before going to a meeting, can you print those reports out and put them up on the treadmill or put them up on the bike and read them or skim through them as you're exercising? You're doubling up on your time efficiency there. And really, when you're recording your time through the app or using the list, we'll show you a couple of examples of a minute. You must stay as consistent as possible with recording. So very few people in this world will be able to document every single minute of time, but just stay as consistent as possible, because the more data you get on where your time is going, the stronger the results will be, and the more patterns you'll be able to pick, and areas that you'll see that are inefficient, and you'll start looking at time differently and thinking, hey, okay, I'm spending 8 hours a week on personal phone calls. I really don't need to be spending that much time. I can allocate that time elsewhere. So many time management books talk about keeping a time tracking spreadsheet. Here's one here, very basic: date, category, description, and time, that I've done up in Google Sheets. You can do it in Excel, whatever. So you go through each date, and here's some sample data. So each bit of time is the amount of minutes up here divided by 60, and then it comes out as a proportion per hour. Down here, 2.5 was 150 minutes divided by 60 minutes in the hour is 2.5 hours. So it's just going through, and a lot of you may think this is very tedious, very arduous, which it is, but I can assure you it's very powerful and very valuable, having a very clear picture of exactly where your time is and figuring out those waste areas to be able to make things more efficient for you. Tracking Time is an app that works across, we've got here web apps, Chrome, Mac OS. It's got an iPhone app, Android app. It's got a tracking time button, so it stores it up in the cloud. And if you go into pricing here, you can get a free account that allows you to track time in real time, has time estimates, desktop and mobile apps, has various integrations. You can import your time entries from a CSV spreadsheet, and then it has other ones there. Now, you may not need to go for something like that, but even try just a simple, I call it a time budget report. See where your time's going, record it on the spreadsheet, and you really will be surprised, I think, at how much time you are wasting. So give it a shot. I hope that helps. Hi guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you liked it, please do give it a like and a thumbs up. If you feel that someone you know could benefit from the advice within it, please leave their name tagged below. Or if you've got any feedback for me, I love to learn, so please leave your comments below. Thanks, have a great day, and I'll see you on the next one.